Welcome back. It's been a while since you've heard my voice. It's February 21st, 2024. We went on a little bit of a vacation because of the All-Star break. But even during the vacation, I had some bets and I shared them, on the Discord with close friends. And one of the bets was Dame Lillard winning the three-point contest. Of course, I took Team Indiana in the skills competition. These were very small bets that were not a part of the overall record keeping. They were just for fun, but some of us were able to get a little bit extra free money. I feel fresh. My mind feels fresh. My legs, we don't use my legs for betting, but my legs feel fresh. I'm hoping the athletes that we do bet on, they're feeling good. And this video isn't even for the picks for tomorrow. These are just two future bets that I really liked. I said, you know what? We're going to start counting futures. They're far and few in between. But I really like these bets, and I like you guys, so I want to share this with you guys so I can put a little extra cash in the stash for you. I think it's free money. But anyway, let's dive right in. First, and this is I have one that I like, obviously, and then one I really like. I'm saving the really like for the end. So that's the one I like a lot. I'm taking the Celtics to win the East outright. That means they make it, they represent the East in the finals, they win the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. This is plus 115 on FanDuel, so not much of a premium here. These guys are the best team in the East, hands down. But let's go over some things. And of course, the playoffs are hard to predict, but you really want to focus in on matchups and home court advantage within those matchups. Those are vital, key aspects. And the Celtics right now, they're 6 games in front in first place. Second place, I believe, is the Cavs. They're 6 games behind, but I just don't see the Cavs making up any of that room. I think the Celtics continue to dominate, especially at home, where they're 26-3. Their 3 losses, I think 2 of them we're a little shaky. One legitimate loss. I want to say I don't know if it was to the Warriors or the Heat or something like that. But they did lose to the Pistons. And we made money on one of those games where the Pistons covered against them. Anyway, Celtics should be very rested going into the playoffs. Their last 2 games of the season, I believe they're going against the Pistons and the Wizards. So we're going to assume, it's safe to assume, they have a very big cushion going into those final 2 games, the last week of the season. Highly probable that they play their starters one half, rest in the second half. They're going to be the first seed in the East, which means they're going to have a couple extra days, like some other teams, while the play-in tournament's happening. They'll get some extra eyes on the potential teams they're playing against. They're going to make it through the first 2 rounds with ease. There's only one team I legitimately see that can surprise Boston, and I don't know, a lot of people won't agree with me here, but that is the New York Knicks. If the Knicks are healthy, meaning, of course, Mitch Robinson, he's done, but meaning if you got OG ready to give you 35 minutes, you got Randall ready to give you 35 minutes, of course, Brunson, and the supporting cast who should be very much empowered over their recent play, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, you name, these guys have stepped up to the plate, and I think depending on momentum, the Knicks could give them 7-game series. Sounds crazy on the surface, but if I'm right, I might chop that up and just drop that as a video about how I was so correct. Anyway, my favorite future right now, and trust me, there was tons of future bets I liked. I like the Cavs win total over. I like the Nets win total under. I liked Indiana over. There's so many teams I liked their win totals, but I just want to win money. I didn't want to just take guesses just for the sake of it. I'm going with the Clippers to win over 55.5 games. So they have to win 56 games. This is minus 125 on Caesars. It is ballooned everywhere else. Minus 145 on FanDuel. Yuck. Minus 135 on MGM. I think it's minus 135 on DraftKings as well. Clippers are 36-17, which is about a 68% win percentage. They have about 29 games left and have to win 20 of them. So they have to finish the rest of the year at about a 69% clip. Let's keep in mind, early in the year, that's not the same Clippers as we have today. They have Harden. Their team has really formed. Westbrook's to the bench. They're a much better team than what they started with. So even though they're winning at a 68% clip, that is not really indicative of who they are. I would take a look at their last 30 games. I did not have the time to do that, but I'm sure it's plus 72, 73% win percentage there. The Clippers, in their 29 games they have left, they do have to win 20. They have some weak opponents in the pipeline. They have the Grizzlies, the Bulls twice, They have the Wizards, they have the Blazers twice, they have the Jazz twice. Hopefully, right, and this is kind of conservative, they win 6 out of those 8. So that leaves you with about 14 somewhat competitive games. They're still a top team in the league, so most teams are beneath them. They have beat winnable teams. They beat teams that are over 500, so it's not a case of them picking on some worse opponents. These guys are pretty good. When we look at the back-to-backs, I think the back-to-backs are friendly. They have 6 back-to-backs left. 3 of those 6 at home, 2 on the road, and 1 is split, where it's, I believe, a road into home. Still not, you want them all to be home if you can, but they still have half of them at home on their back-to-backs, which will leave them to be rested. And I've watched the Clippers a lot. Don't ask me why. I don't need a deep dive into the analytics because the eye tests are showing that these guys are legit. They have really good defense. They get it done on the offensive end. There is this weird pecking order where Kawhi is the man, Paul George, you're number 2, and everybody kind of respects it. Guys, you have James Harden and Westbrook being role players. These are former MVPs. They also have Norman Powell, Man. They have Zubac. They have Mason Plumlee. Now, these guys aren't, the last 4 names aren't all-stars per se, but these guys are dudes you want on a team. They grind. They're hard-nosed. They're going to win you games. I'm putting my money on the Clippers. I'm putting a unit on each. I'm not going to say put more, but if you only wanted one bet, take the Clippers to win 56 games. That's all I got for you, this short little video. I will be back either later tonight or early tomorrow with fresh picks for this second part of the NBA season. Good luck on the future bets, and I'll see you soon with some more bets for you.